Hey Van Heis, good to have you back. This week we're going to be taking our art class into a different direction, a direction that we've never gone before. That's because this week we're going to be creating something, but we're not just going to let our hands and minds do all the work. We're going to leave some of our drawing project this week up to chance. And that means that for this project you're going to either need to roll a set of dice, or you're going to need to go onto Google and use the Google dice rolling tool, or you could even draw numbers out of a hat. For this week, we are looking at the artist Merce Cunningham, who is actually not a painter or a drawer. Merce Cunningham was a dancer, and he would develop these dances in really special ways. He assigned every single one of his dance moves to a different number, and then before he would perform his dance recital, he would roll a die and see what number came up. So if he got a 5, then a 3, then a 2, then whatever dance moves correlated with those numbers, he would do them in order. So every single time his dance was different. This is a really interesting way of working, and it's not really a way that we're so used to working in, but I thought it'd be fun to try. So for this project, I'm not going to have you be doing dances, but what I am going to have you do is create your very own roll a dice monster. So there's a few steps to this project, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. Let's get started, and I'll show you how. All right, so for this super fun and creative project, what you're going to need is a pencil, Sharpie or black marker, some paper to draw on. You're gonna need some kind of dice, and if you're like me and you don't have a dice at home, you can use this Google dice roller, online dice roller. It's pretty simple. I can include a link to this, or you could also create 6 pieces of paper and put them into a hat. So there's several ways to do this. You're also going to need my monster creator chart. This is what I've created for us for this project. You can see there's all sorts of different monster parts. We're gonna start with the body, and we're gonna go down to eyes, mouth, arms, legs, and textures. So let's get started on our monster creator. I'm gonna set my chart over here. I'm gonna get my paper at the ready, and I'm gonna do a pencil. I'll see if I can keep this right here so everyone can see what I roll. Okay, so we're gonna start our sketch with determining what our monster's body shape is going to be. So let's roll the dice and see what I get. Okay, that's a 3. So I'm gonna go to body all the way over to 3. It looks like I'm going with this shape right here. I'm gonna make it nice and big on my paper. All right, so that is the shape of my body. Now we're gonna go on to eyes, and eyes are actually gonna have a couple of rolls. We're gonna roll once to see what type of eyes my monster is going to have. Okay, a 3 again. Looks like my monster is gonna be a sleepy monster. Now I'm gonna roll one more time to determine how many eyes to create. Another roll. 1. So it looks like my monster is just gonna have one big sleepy eye. And I think I'm gonna put my monster's eye kind of right here in the middle. Nice and big. Okay, time to determine what kind of mouth my monster's gonna have. So here I go, I'm gonna roll. Okay, that's a 4. So looks like my monster is gonna have this shaped mouth, which is kind of like an sideways letter D. Let's see. And the next thing I want you to think about is your monster going to have teeth or a tongue or things like that? I'm gonna include some teeth in my monster's mouth. Okay, next up, we are looking at arms. What kind of arms is my monster gonna have? I don't have that much room. Hopefully I don't get anything too technical. Here I go. Number 6, so I go all the way over. My monster is going to have claws. So let's draw some claws on this monster. Let's see what kind of legs my monster's gonna have. We've got all sorts of legs here. Here I go, gonna roll again. 6. Okay, so looks like I'm gonna be putting my monster in boots. But let's see, I'm gonna roll one more time to see how many legs I should include. 4. Okay, 4 legs, all having boots at the ends. Here we go. All right, this monster is looking pretty funny. Last but not least, I'm gonna see what kind of textures I will include. Let's roll to see what kind of texture. And it's a 5. Oh no, my monster's gonna be slimy. Let's see how I can do this. Okay, so I added some slime texture to my monster. You can see I made some puddles on the ground. Maybe that's why my monster's wearing boots, so he doesn't step in his own slime. From here, I'm gonna Sharpie my monster, and if you wanna add other things to it, other monstrous details, like maybe horns, or an antenna, or, little extra things here and there, you absolutely could. From here, I am going to Sharpie over my monster drawing. All right, here's my monster so far. From this point, I might want to think about what kind of things are in the background behind my monster. All right, you can see that I've added my background. I put a full moon up here. I think my monster only comes out during a full moon. I added a tree. You can see we've got some water and a lily pad right here and some grasses in the background. I think I'm gonna call my creature, my monster, Slimy. For obvious reasons, of course. From here, you can color your monster however you'd like. You could try colored pencils, you could use crayons, you could use markers. For me, I think I'm gonna try marker painting again. That worked pretty well, and I think it'll work really nicely for this project. So let's see how it turns out. Okay, here he is, Slimy, my roll-a-dice monster. I think I'm gonna paint the rest of the background another day, but I hope that you have fun with this project. I'm gonna be including this image so you can all see Mr. Lynch's monster creator sheet, and I can't wait for you all to try this out for yourself. I hope you have fun with this project, and I can't wait to see what you create. Don't forget to upload a picture onto Seesaw. We'll see you next week.